What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of TDN's live mock draft series. I am Trevor Sikkema, and today on Championship Sunday, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do a man versus mock machine, man versus machine. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to call it yet, but what essentially we're going to do is I'm going to do a 3-round mock draft for all 4 teams that are playing today, but the mock draft machine is also going to be doing one on its own. So then at the very end, you get to pick and choose which haul you liked better for your favorite team. If you're a fan of one of the 4 teams they're playing, or if you're just a draft fan in general, which one was better. And so that's what we're doing today. Rob is on the other side of the metaphorical glass as the producer today. But Rob, if you can hear me and you are ready to get it going, I think we're going to do the mock machine simulation first. I believe that's what we're going to do. So we're going to run through an entire 3-round mock simulation. We've picked the 4 teams that are playing today as our users, so we will be able to see them in the My Picks little category that you have on the left. And so we'll be able to see that there. So we'll go through this, remember what they are. We'll be able to screenshot them. We'll be able to revisit them at the end. And then I will run through my own 3-round mock draft for all 4 of these teams. So Rob, if you are ready, my man, please hit the button. Hit the start draft button. Wow, and we are off. Caleb Farley went to the 49. Oh, we got trades. We got trades going on. I'm going to say no trades. I'm going to say we won't do any trades for the simulation mock. Like, if I want to do trades, that should be my advantage. That should be something that I get to do if I think that I could bring together a better haul for these teams. But I'm not going to give the computer the chance to move up and down the draft. Okay, so I guess we're going with mine first. Is that what we're doing? Are we going to do mine, or are we going to do the mock machine first? I thought we were going to do mock machine. Okay, I guess we're going with mine first. Doing it on the fly. All right, so the Buccaneers are up first. They're picking at number 29. Oh Lord, Rashawn Slater's available. I feel like this is almost too good to be true here. Rashawn Slater making it all the way to 29. We know that that's probably not going to happen come draft day, but Donovan Smith's in a situation where he might not be the left tackle of the Buccaneers next year. I'm not saying he's for sure gone, but there might be some restructuring his contract that needs to happen, although he's played really well as of late. That's a big reason why the Buccaneers are here. Who's on the board for edge, Rob? Can I see the edge rushers for Tampa Bay? Jalen Phillips is still there. Man, I like edge more than I like offensive tackle for the Bucs, but now let's go Rashawn Slater. I think like Slater being here at 29. I mean, this is too easy for me, especially like, if the Bucs want him to play inside, here we have Kyle Krabs' report on him as well. So if we want Rashawn Slater to play on the inside, we could definitely do that. That's not a problem. If they eventually have a tackle spot open up, then potentially you can have Rashawn Slater on one side, Tristan Wirfs on the other. I'm all about that. So yeah, let's go Rashawn Slater for the Bucs. Buffalo Bills up at number 30. Who are the corners that are left? We got any good corners? I know corners are tough to make it to 30 nowadays. Tyson Campbell, okay. I don't think I'm going to pick Tyson Campbell at 30. What about linebacker? Who got a linebacker? Dylan Moses, Cameron McGrone. Okay, so Dylan Moses is still here. Oh, that's a good pick for them, but I think I'm going to run the risk. Oh, what's edge? Who's left on edge? Jalen Phillips, I do like. Jason O, I like. I think those would both be guys to consider. But if Darisaw is still there at offensive tackle, he is still there. This is like an offensive tackle. If you need an offensive tackle late in the draft, this is basically a dream scenario. I'm going to go with Christian Darisaw. I never get to see him this late to the Buffalo Bills. They have a little bit of an offensive tackle need. So getting to pick up Darisaw there, I'm a big fan of. Darisaw's had a fantastic year. Joe Marino has really put him on my radar. So I do like that selection there. Green Bay Packers, they're up now. They're on the clock, correct? Yep. Okay, cool. So we know who's on the board for corner. Kadarius Toney's still there for wide receiver. Offensive tackle could be an option. I mean, there's a lot of guys still left. What about linebacker? Who's left for linebacker? Dylan Moses, I think Cameron McGrone. Yeah, oh man, I would have loved Nick Bolton. What about interior defensive line? Has anyone been picked on interior defensive line? Ooh, Barmore is still there. Yeah, let's go Christian Barmore. Let's go Barmore here for the Green Bay Packers. I think they just need some defensive line. They need some new blood on the defensive line. And so I think Barmore works. He's been more of a flash guy than a consistent game-to-game guy over the last 2 years, but his flash has been fantastic. I really thought he came on strong at the end of this season. Kansas City Chiefs, I always pick my philosophy for the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the first round is always, what is the most annoying pick that I could make for the rest of the league? What will make the other 31 teams in the NFL go, you got to be kidding me? They got this guy. Kadarius Toney, he's still there. So now we got to think of a Chiefs offense with, of course, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, then Kadarius Toney. Mecole Hardman's still there as well. I think they might lose Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson, but if you're throwing Kadarius Toney in there, that's for a lot of fun. So I'm going to go with Kadarius Toney here to round out the first round haul of these first 4 teams. Boy, that was like, other than the Green Bay Packers, who I think would have loved to get, I'm gonna say no to all these trades, Rob. Just so you know, so we can get it moving. Other than the Packers, who I think I would have loved to give them Nick Bolton, getting the Bucks a premier offensive lineman, getting the Bills a premier offensive lineman. Maybe I guess Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah would be like the dream pick for the Bills, or maybe, certainly if one of the really good corner guys was there at 30, but I don't even know if that's even in the realm of possibility. Maybe JC Horn, although there's a lot of hype for JC Horn now. Okay, now we're in the second round. Buccaneers are up, so this is the second wave for these teams. Already got an offensive tackle for the Buccaneers. Who is left at edge? Let's see edge here. Wow, Alex Leatherwood is still there. This mock's nuts. Hamilcar Rashed, I like. Quincy Roche, Patrick Jones II. Ooh. What about interior defensive line? Who's still there from the IDL group? Wow, Tyler Shelvin. That would be very interesting, depending on what happens with Ndamukong Suh. You get Vita Vea back, Tyler Shelvin next to him. Who's left at wide receiver? Maybe just get a little bit spicy. Let's see who's left at wide receiver. Elijah Morris, Davy Brown. No, I don't need wide receiver yet for them. Go back to edge. Let's see edge rushers one more time. I like Hamilcar Rashed. I'm a big Patrick Jones, the second guy, though. I'm going to go with, this is obviously a stretch given the number that he's ranked for the scouting department, but I'm going to go Patrick Jones the second. I got to stick to my guns a little bit here before I really review him for a final eval. But man, going into the season and him leading the country in sacks for the majority of the season, I love the explosiveness. I love the flashes that he plays with. His motor is going hot 100% of the time. And so even if they bring Shaq Barrett back, they've got him to rotate in. And Todd Bowles stays another year as defensive coordinator. He's just got another pass rush piece he gets to throw at teams. So I'm going to go Patrick Jones the second here. Rashawn Slater, Patrick Jones, that was my haul for the Buccaneers. Now the Bills are up. They picked Christian Darrisaw in the first round. Who we got left? At corner. Show me cornerback. Debo. Elijah Molden. Yeah. I know. You're Pac-12 guy, Rob. I saw it. I saw the circle there. Go back to all my picks just so I can see the ranking of needs that we have for the Bills. See that I'm not too far off. Ooh, linebacker. Let's do linebacker. See who's there for linebacker. Yeah, Jabril Cox is there. I'm gonna go with Jabril Cox here. I think that's a really good fit for Buffalo and what they're trying to infuse in this team. So I think got really nice coverage skills. He's coming up from North Dakota State, played a year at LSU, but got a taste of what that SEC action was like. I think that he'd be a really great fit for what Buffalo is going to need come this offseason. Green Bay Packers, I had them going. Who did they pick in the first round? Who did they pick? I already forgot. Who was it? Christian Barmore. Yeah, interior defensive line. Oh, man. Because go to IDL right now. I want them to get Tyler Shelvin. How much fun can I have here? Can I go double D-line? Is that a thing? Am I allowed to do that? They need corner too. But I don't love any of the corners to the left. They also need a linebacker. They could go Chester out if they want. I guess Leatherwood is there, isn't he, for offensive tackle? Oh, man. This is... Yeah, go Leatherwood. Leatherwood's here. No. I'm not. No, Leatherwood is going to be so far gone by this point in the draft. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to manipulate the machine that hard. Go to interior defensive line. We're going back-to-back IDL for the Packers. We're beefing up the middle. Give me Tyler Shelvin. Give me Tyler Shelvin for this Green Bay Packers team. 64, Kansas City Chiefs. I had them going Kadarius Toney with that first pick. Interior offensive line. Linebacker is definitely something that they could address. Oh, Oh, what about Brevin Jordan? What about Brevin Jordan next to next to Travis Kelce? Oh, I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, Rob. Give me Brevin Jordan. Let's get the dual tight end action here with Travis Kelce and Brevin Jordan here in the passing attack. So now this would be after losing Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson, the Chiefs offense would be Travis Kelce, Brevin Jordan, Tyreek Hill, Kadarius Toney, and Mecole Hardman. So we often think that the NFL draft is just like, hey, where are you weakest? We need to address that. Let's attack the weaknesses. And it really doesn't always have to be like that. It can sometimes be about making a strength of your team even stronger. That's what you can do in the draft. That's what I did right there for the Kansas City Chiefs, really in the first 2 rounds. Buccaneers. All right, we got the edge rusher. Interior defensive line. Let's see interior defensive line. What we got here? They do need some new life on the interior defensive line. But is it going to be here? Oh, Aleem McNeil. I like him. Slim McNeil, as Ben and I call him on the Locked On NFL Draft podcast. Wide receiver. Show me wide receiver. Because not that I'm going. Some good guys left. Daz Newsome, Tylan Wallace, Amari Rogers, Amy Brown. I like Brown. They don't need that, though. No. Well, running back. Running back's the last thing. Running back here in the 3rd round. Michael Carter. I really like Michael Carter. But I think they're gonna just continue to lean in on Ronald Jones. I think you pick up running back in the 4th round. Give me interior defensive line. I'm gonna go with Aleem McNeil from NC State. Yeah, putting him next to Vita Vea. Let's do it. I like that just because for as good as Dominic Sue is, I think that they still need more bodies in the rotation. I love Nacho. I love Rakeem Nunez-Roches. I think that he's been great as well, but more guys in the trenches, I never think it's a bad thing to invest in that. And I think the Bucs have enough pieces at running back and at wide receiver to where they can get away with it. They can still pick that in the 4th and 5th rounds and continue to get good production out of the guys that they have in front of them as well. Corner. Let's go corner here for the Buffalo Bills. Rodarius Williams still there. Kerry Vincent Jr. I like Kerry Vincent Jr. Edge. Let's see edge. Any really good edge players? Take the drop. Rashad Weaver. That's the direction we're going to go, Rob. We're going to go Rashad Weaver. So I picked both Pitt boys here in this 3-round mock draft. Yeah, give me Rashad Weaver there. So what's the Bills haul now? I'm very curious. Go back to my picks. We got Rashad Weaver. We got Jabril Cobb. We got Christian. Oh, yeah, heck yeah. They didn't address the corner too, and they're going to need to address it probably a little bit better than this, but I like all 3 guys that I got there. Corner. I think it's got to be corner here. I think it's got to be corner. Unless another offensive lineman. Let me see O-line. Let me see O-line one more time. I don't love the interior guys. Brady Christensen could be all right. I could be all right with that pick. Who's left a corner? I think we got to go Rodarius Williams. I think we got to do it. I think he'll probably go higher than this, honestly. But if he was still here in round 3 for the Packers, especially with me going double defensive line with their first 2 picks, I think that this is that's the way you got to go. Kansas City Chiefs. So this is the last pick. This is the last pick that we are doing, I think, because this is round 3. Linebacker. Let's see linebacker here for them. Probably already looked at it and I forgot. Ooh, Charles Stone at 20 fields. Wish Browning was still here, but he is not. Offensive tackle. Let's see offensive tackle again. Christensen was, I think, the best one there. Ooh, what about interior offensive line? That's probably a bigger need here for the Chiefs, but I don't know if I'm going to like any of the guys that are left. At 95? No. I don't think we're making any of these picks at 95. Let's go back to linebacker. I think we're going to go. I think I'm going to settle in on Monty Rice. I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. That's a little rich as well. What's a good value here for the Kansas City Chiefs? Interior defensive line, show me that. Jalen Twyman is still there, which I think is very interesting. You're just picking good football players. And I do think that Jalen Twyman's a pretty good football player. That one I think maybe makes a little bit more sense. It's not the immediate need that they have there, but Chiefs are known for just picking for talent. Man, that would mean I selected all three of the Pitt defensive line guys: Patrick Jones, Jalen Twyman, and Rashad Weaver here. All right, let's do it. Let's go Jalen Twyman here. I just like the talent fit a lot more than making a forced pick at interior offensive line or offensive tackle or something like that. So, all right, the screen's going to change here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their haul was Rashawn Slater. Lord, that'd be a godsend if they could get him at 29. Now, remember, we're not done yet. This is just the haul that I came up with for these four teams. We're also going to have the mock draft machine run through a full 3-round mock as well, and you're going to be able to pick which one had a better haul for those teams. And so Bucks got Rashawn Slater, then Patrick Jones the second, Aleem McNeil in the 3rd round. So that was the 1-2-3 haul for the Buccaneers. Bills went Christian Darrisaw. Again, I'm not so sure Christian Darrisaw is going to be there at 20 or at 30, but hey, it was there, so we're capitalizing on it. Jabril Cox was with the second pick that the Bills had, and then Rashad Weaver was the 3rd selection for the Bills. Green Bay Packers went Christian Barmore at the end of the 1st round. Went Tyler Shelvin, doubled up on interior defensive line with their 2nd pick, and then I went with Rodarius Williams. So all defensive first 3 rounds here for the Green Bay Packers, and then finally the Kansas City Chiefs. Kadarius Toney, Brevin Jordan to make that offense even better, and then Jalen Twyman. I really love the value picks for all 4 of these teams. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I did a damn good job. The machine's going to have its work cut out for it, trying to best me in this one. So however you want to do this one, Rob, if you want to screenshot or make sure that we remember these picks or whatever you want to do, we'll select the 4 teams again over at the Draft Network's mock draft machine, and then we will run through another entire simulation. No, don't select them. Let's just. Oh, I guess you can go automatic. Yeah. Okay. Nah, you know this better than me. It's fine. I'll just shut up now. It's just it's my job to talk. That's all. All right, let's run through it. Let's see what the mock draft machine has in store for these 4 teams that are playing on championship weekend. Ooh, Zach Wilson, number 2 overall. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, we'll say no to all these trades. We'll do the same thing. We'll let him pick at the very end and see what the selections are. Yeah, we don't nearly have the offensive line choices that we had before. All right, so the Bucks got Kadarius Toney. The Bills got Nick Bolton. The Packers got Jalen Mayfield, and then the Kansas City Chiefs got Wyatt Davis. I think that those are, at least for the Bills, Packers, and Chiefs, objectively closest to their biggest weaknesses, if you will. I don't think that the Kadarius Toney pick is the biggest weakness for the Buccaneers, but if Antonio Brown's going to be gone next year, yes, they still have Scotty Miller, but putting Kadarius Toney in that offense with Chris Godwin, who I do think is going to be back, and then with Mike Evans as well, it's a pretty damn good offense. And so Kadarius Toney ends up going to one of these 4 picks anyways. All right, there we go. That was the 1st round. That was a very entertaining 1st round for the mock machine. So let's see what they got for round 2. Oh, Javonte Williams on 34. Dang. Broncos got Sean Wade. Carlos Basham with the Jags. Miami got Landon Dickerson at 50. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Nico Collins went 59 to the Baltimore Ravens. That's awesome. So 2nd round, Hamilcar Rashed for the Buccaneers. So they went edge rusher. Elijah Molden, corner for the Bills. Pete Warner, linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. And then Jabril Cox to the Chiefs. Man, this Chiefs draft is looking really good. This Chiefs draft is certainly looking more like it's something you would see from somebody who's like, oh, okay, this is where the Chiefs really need to get better. Interior offensive line, without a doubt, is I think a big area of need for them. And then linebacker would be the other one on the defensive side of the ball. So this mock simulation is going a lot more towards fixing the worst parts of the roster where I was getting a little bit creative with my picks. So I'm very interested to see what people are going to say, which ones they like better for these teams. So last round, let's run through it, Rob. Last round for these 4 teams and for everybody else. Brevin Jordan to the Jags. I like that. No, I'm not doing this trade. Get out of here. Chester Atwell still on the board. Went to Atlanta Falcons. I like that pick. Tutu Atwell, 3rd round. Okay. All right. Ooh, Diami Brown to Chicago Bears. I wonder who their quarterback is. Did they get a quarterback? I'm not sure if they did. All right. These are the final 3 picks for these teams. Bucks, Walker Little, the highly touted recruit from Stanford, who didn't exactly have the health or availability to live up to that 5-star rating that he had coming into school, but Bucks take a chance on him in the 3rd round. I guess that's a good bet there. Patrick Jones ends up going 93 to the Buffalo Bills. I really like the Bills haul here. Green Bay Packers, Marvin Wilson, the interior defensive lineman. I think that Marvin Wilson at 94 is also a really good pick. I think Marvin Wilson's going to go ahead of this. I know that we had him in the top 20-ish, at least 1st round range going into the season. And it was, watching more tape, seeing more things, talking to people around the league, they see that he's more of a 2-down, early down line or defensive lineman. I don't know, man. I think that there's some crazy good flash plays from him, even when it comes to rushing the passer, and at least like the motor being 100% at all times. So I think that anytime you got an interior defensive lineman that's working as hard as Marvin Wilson's always working, he's got a chance to go higher than this. So I think he goes higher than this, but the Packers get him at 94 in this draft. And then Seth Williams, wide receiver from Auburn, who I do think is a little bit underrated right now, going to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so let's look at this whole haul here. Okay, Rob sent me the screenshots, so I'm going to pull those back up. My draft. So I need everybody in the chat who's still in the chat to vote who they liked better for the Buccaneers. My draft, I had them getting Rashawn Slater at 29, which was all me and not the machine. Please give me props for that. Patrick Jones is 61. And then, who did I have them? Aleem McNeil in the 3rd round. This mock draft machine had the Buccaneers taking Kadarius Toney, then Hamilcar Rashed, and then who was the 3rd round pick, Rob, for the Buccaneers? Walker Little. Right, Walker Little. So you got to vote. You got to vote on who you like better of the Buccaneers haul. As for the Buffalo Bills, my picks were Christian Darrisaw in the 1st round, Jabril Cox in the 2nd round, and then Rashad Weaver, the edge rusher. So I didn't get a corner there for the Buffalo Bills, but upgraded the defensive line, I think, pretty well. The simulation went Nick Bolton, which I like. That's really good value there for the Bills to get him at 30. Elijah Molden, 62. Then Patrick Jones, the 2nd at 93. If you can get Patrick Jones, the 2nd at 93, I'm going to be a big fan of that no matter what. So you got to vote which haul you thought was better for the Buffalo Bills, mine or the Machines. Green Bay Packers. I went double defensive line. I went Christian Barmore and then Tyler Shelvin. And then with their final pick in the 3rd round, I went Rodarius Williams, the corner from Oklahoma State. The computer went Jalen Mayfield, so they got the offensive tackle that I was not able to get the Green Bay Packers. Then they went Pete Warner, linebacker from Ohio State, and then Marvin Wilson, the interior defensive lineman from Florida State in the 3rd round. That's good. I think that's a good haul. Depending on what you think of Jalen Mayfield and Marvin Wilson, I think that they at least were able to get high ceiling or high talent players at the areas where they selected them. And then finally, let's do Kansas City Chiefs. I went all offense. I was making strength stronger. I went with Kadarius Toney and Brevin Jordan with the Chiefs' first 2 picks. And then finally, I got Jalen Twyman in the 3rd round. So didn't address interior offensive line, didn't address linebacker. I just went for a lot of talent there with the Chiefs. And then the computer went over those weaknesses. They got Wyatt Davis in the 1st round, Jabril Cox, the linebacker from LSU in the 2nd round. And then what was the final pick for the Chiefs, Rob? If you don't mind scrolling down. Seth Williams, the wide receiver from Auburn. So, man, they got some offense in there, too. So, everybody, I need everybody to vote. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so I can see the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure how everybody was voting. I can't see the chat. It froze on me, but you can tell me on Twitter, at Tampa Bay Trey, at The Draft Network. You let me know which mock haul you liked better for each team. If you think I did absolutely terrible for one of the teams, let me know. But I don't know. I thought I did a pretty good job. I was thinking outside the box a little bit. I didn't want to go just on hardcore on the needs and the weaknesses, because the draft is all about, people talk about that best player available approach all the time. It's not quite best player available as much as you want to sit there and be like, just pick the best players. Doesn't always work out like that. But I do think that we sometimes get caught up in, hey, this is the biggest need on their team. They have to go after this in the first 3 rounds. It's not always like that. I think there's a little bit of wiggle room, and I would tell you that some of the best drafting franchises in the NFL do a really good job of making sure they're taking a look at who's on the board when they come up at every single pick and giving themselves the flexibility to go get some really good talent if it makes it to them. I thought that that's what I did in my draft, but the computer did a really good job of shoring up some of the weaknesses on all 4 of those teams. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to be doing all kinds of different formats when it's just me on Sundays. Anytime that I'm not here with a guest doing a 7-round mock draft or a first-round mock draft, we'll have some fun different formats of sometimes we'll go through a whole first round where I'll make one selection and the computer will make another, and we'll kind of go back and forth. We'll have some trade restrictions or some trade challenges that we will do for the premium TDN users as well. Hope you guys enjoy both of the games of championship weekend. I think that they're going to be highly entertaining games. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see you back on Thursday night for another episode of the Draft Network's live mock draft series.